welcome to your favorite English news magazine on your mother channel TVT. Viewers, evening, and once again, welcome. We begin today's show with this visit of the administration staff of the University of Cape Coast in Togo, a high education institution located in central region of Ghana, preferring several programs and seasonally improved. Let's watch. Established in October 1962 out of a dire need for highly qualified and skilled manpower in education, the University of Cape Coast, today rated among the best in the sub-region and on the African continent, deemed it important to open up to students from other African countries.
Proficiency Certificate in English is a program that is specifically designed to give Francophones a kind of immersion into the English language. So that serves as a foundation. Now, when you finish the proficiency, which is 1 year, you can now be prepared to take your program that you want to read. That's a full degree. For 2 years running, the Times Higher Education ranking ranked the University of Cape Coast as #1 in Ghana, #1 in West Africa, and #4 in Africa. In fact, the last 2 years we were ranked #1 in terms of research influence, the whole world. Then last year we were ranked #24. Now, last year we celebrated our 60th anniversary. So we are trying to improve on the density of our international students. So in line with that, we are trying to visit our neighbors to sell our university so we can attract some students into our university.
Based on the experience of different faculties, schools, and departments within the 6 colleges that made up the UCC, the team present in Lomé had interesting programs to share.
For the programs, we have the English proficiency, mainly for the students from Francophone countries. Our programs are usually run in English language. So they come for the 1 year proficiency in English program, and later, if they are interested to progress to pursue our degree programs, we give them the opportunity. We have a number of programs. We have medicine, and I can assure you that our medicine program, our medical school, is also the best in West Africa. We have pharmacy, we have nursing, we have the traditional sciences, physics, chemistry, biology, and others. We also have business programs. You can come and read Bachelor of Commerce in Finance, Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting, Bachelor of Commerce in Management, Bachelor of Commerce in Procurement and Supply Chain, Bachelor of Commerce in HR. And we have art-related programs, communication studies like the journalism. We have education programs where people come, go through the program, and they teach. They become professional teachers. We have home economics, we have Bachelor of Laws, and many, many other programs.
We have linkages with Francophone countries like Université Kizerbo, Joseph Kizerbo of Ouagadougou, Village du Bénin of Lomé, and other institutions in the subject region who send their students to the Department of French for immersion. Recently, we started also immersion programs for universities in Abidjan who come for 1 full month immersion during their vacation so that they can learn English language.
This first outreach trip to Togo was just to link up with the students and educational authority of the country. Going on with education in Europe, the new academic year has already started in some countries. In other countries, it is a round of corner of this educational factual. In France, Serbia, and Poland are enlightened the news. Let's watch.
The summer holidays are coming to an end for school students across Europe, but it will be a new term with a difference for some. In France, 2 schools were destroyed in riots over police tactics. It means 55 pupils from La Verrière, west of Paris, will start term on Monday in a different school. In Poland, the new school year comes amidst protests by teachers demanding a 20% pay rise. On Friday, 3,500 teachers, education workers and parents took part in a national demonstration.
Wiadomo, że i dzisiaj edukacja jest na potężnym wirażu, na ogromnym zakręcie. Pytanie, jak z tego wirażu wyjdziemy, to jest także pytanie o przyszłość polskich uczniów, o przyszłość edukacji, o pracowników edukacji. I to wszystko leży w naszych rękach.
In Serbia, there's an increased focus on student anxiety following the school shooting in Belgrade in the spring.
Climate change is a current issue harming the whole world as its causes. The impact are numerous. The case of Kenya overwhelmed by flood, humanitarian causes or natural causes, both are actors of this climate change consequence in Kenya. The situation well detailed in this report. Let's watch.
Early 2019 was tough for many near the Rift Valley lakes. Families were displaced due to the surging waters from different lakes. Businesses were shut, schools closed, and human-wildlife conflict took a different turn. It worsened. This is Lake Baringo, one of the two freshwater lakes in Kenya and part of East Africa Rift system. The situation here hasn't improved and schools have been forced to move for safety. The water levels have surged to abnormal levels. Many residents who were born and raised in this area are still surprised. What was once their beauty and pride has now become a tormentor.
I've lived here all my life, and at one time the lake was about 3.5 kilometers away from where we're standing. It was all dry. That's in the 90s, early 90s.
In the lake, the threat is visible. Crocodiles are now closer than ever. The risk is clear. Just a few meters away, we spot a fisherman. His facial expression summarizes dejection. The amount of fish has greatly reduced, affecting their sole economic activity, and the well-being is shaky.
There was so much fish on this lake before, but now things have changed. There is no fish. Fishing frequency has reduced now. I only fish twice a day.
This school is one of the learning institutions in this region that was affected by the flooding waters. The evidence of its existence is all clear.
The Rift Valley comes from a depression because first and foremost, the Rift Valley was formed through the tectonic activities. It moved. And science has shown that these tectonic movements actually move at a rate of these plates. They are separating at 1 centimeter every year. And the tectonic movements that we are exhibiting right now are in regard to one, we have the Nubian plate moving to the west, and we have the Somali plate moving to the east. They are all separating from the Arabian plate. So all these plates, once they are moving apart, expect that there is underground water. First of all, you have to notice that the earth is made up of 70% water. And in this 70% amount of water, not all of it is on the surface. We have underground water. So this underground water, some of it is stored in the aquifers. So once these tectonic plates start moving, expect this water now to come onto the surface. So that's now we see there's a surge in the increase in these water levels in this lake. Some of it is coming from underground.
Other causes include humanity use of fossil fuel, deforestation, increasingly intensive agriculture, global warming, waste disposal, among others. Climate change, biodiversity loss, waste and pollution are some of the pressing issues Kenya took to the floor of the United Nations Environment Assembly in February.
Still on climate change effect, the young age set in Africa is the most vulnerable to the impact of climate change based on their access to indispensable services, and the UNICEF is raising the bar. Let's watch.
Children in Africa are the most at risk of the impacts of climate change. That's according to a new report by the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. It also says they're woefully neglected by key financing essential to help them adapt and survive.
And the water stress that the continent is living is estimated to affect 250 million people in Africa at any given time. So considering, I don't know the latest statistics, but roughly 1 billion people on the continent, that means 1 out of 4 persons on the continent is affected directly by this water stress and by the effect of climate change. And
the UN agency said that less than 3% of global funding to tackle climate change was directed at children. And it called for more to be done, especially by the private sector.
More efforts, therefore, are needed locally and internationally to support adaptation to climate change, to invest in climate solution. And there is really an opportunity with the summit that takes place this week and next to accelerate action, to really deliver the financial commitments that have been made since years, so that we can build this rapid and essential impact needed in the next decade.
UNICEF said it's the youngest that bear the brunt of the harsh effects of climate change, with children in the Central African Republic, Chad, Nigeria, Guinea, Somalia and Guinea-Bissau the most impacted.
Now back to studio. We are now in our rubric, The Expression, and I still have with me Ahwefan Sugan. You're welcome.
Thank you, Glay.
How are you today?
I am good, and what about you?
I'm fine. And what do you have for me today?
Not only for you, we all need it. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your favorite expressions on this English magazine. Before coming to the expression of the day, let me remind you about the expression we taught last Saturday. The expression of last Saturday was to grow like a weed. In the last program, we said that to grow like a weed means to grow quickly. I think you all remember that we said to grow like a weed means to grow quickly. Now, back to the expression of the day. We are back to the expression of the day, which is to start from scratch. What does it mean? Any ideas? Let me give you a helping hand. So, the expression of the day, to start from scratch, means to start from the very beginning. To start from scratch. The expression of the day, to start from scratch, means to start from the very beginning.
The expression of the day is to start from scratch. And what does it mean?
So like
an example in a sentence.
So to start from scratch, like I said, means to start from the very beginning. In a sentence, I can say, with his new job, Mr. Felix relocates to the town and starts from scratch. With his new job, Mr. Felix relocates to the town and start from scratch. So that is it.
Mr. Ahwefa, can you take it again for our viewers?
Okay, dear viewers, like I was saying, the expression of today is to start from scratch. To start from scratch. And it means to start from the very beginning. To start from the very beginning.
Okay. To start from scratch means to start from the very beginning. And this is the expression of the day. Guys, thank you for coming.
Okay. Thank you, Glay too.
Okay. Viewers, we are at the end of our program. Thanks for being with us. Still watching TVT, our TV program. Goodbye.
do.